Why hello there, welcome back to my Let's Play guys. My name is Modest517. Now I'm here to play some Minecraft, and today is a wonderful day because this is my 70th episode of my Let's Play. And we're gonna do a caving Q&A, and you guys are gonna like it because I got some awesome questions and I'm excited. And so to start this off, we have two ravines. But which one should we go down? We got this one with lava and water, and we got this one with only water. Now, to trust my wizard-like knowledge of Minecraft. No, why did I jump? I'm fine. I was gonna say I'm gonna go in the other one because it has lava, but now that we're down here, because of my stupidity, I was trying to sprint and jump across that, and that didn't work out too well. Okay, well, time to do some exploring. So I got a lot of questions. I had over 300 comments on my previous video, which was outstanding. But ooh, does this go into the next ravine? I'm swimming over. Aha! I meant to jump down there all along. But yeah, so this is my 70th episode. I'm very bouncing around with my topics here. What I was saying was I had over 300 comments, and I had many questions, but a lot of them were very repetitive. They were the same sort of questions. A lot of them were like, "Yo man, what's your real name?" My real name is Scott. My real name is Scott. How old are you? I am 19. Do you have any offspring? I do not, guys. I am 19. I ain't no baby daddy. Or whatever the phrase is. And man, do these ravines go anywhere? Kind of disappointing. Oh, what's this over here? Oh, this looks good. What do we got? The whole elevator water method. Ba-bam. Nothing over here. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna hang out here. I'm gonna get the first question because I got a lot of questions, but I got 18 of them, and I actually wrote the name of you guys. That way I can see your names. So you guys will be like, "Oh my God, he said my name!" Ah. Okay. So I'm not answering these in any particular order. Pretty much, I went to the very first comment, and then I scrolled up and just went through every comment and wrote down them. So they're in no particular order. I may bounce around, but right now I'm just gonna go from 1 to 18 because that's how many questions I have. Because I wanted to keep it between 15 and 20 questions. So 18 was good. 18's a good number. All right. So question number 1 comes from Bearcat49. How many hours a week do you spend on making videos? Now, I can't break it down to how many hours in a week because each video kind of varies. Obviously, things to build being the biggest one because things to build is always random. I can have a 2-minute build, I can have a 10-minute build. It bounces around a lot, especially with the amount of editing I have to do. But we're going to break it down to each video series. So, my Let's Play of Minecraft, and actually I'll throw Halo 3 in there because they're roughly the same thing. I record for a solid 30 minutes straight. I aim for 30 minutes as like the max time and like 25 minutes as the minimum time. So, 25 to 30 minutes, which isn't really a big difference, but you know, that's kind of what I aim for. And I would like to kind of cut my videos around where it's like I'll be like, guys, I have to run back to my house and get something. Cut the video and run back. But it's not as easy as it is on the PC when, you know, you just simply press one button and it's like, okay, there you go, and your audio and video are on the same track and it's all synced up. A lot more difficult on Xbox. Like, you'll see guys on Minecraft on PC, they'll be like, alright guys, I'm gonna go do something, I'll see you guys in a second. Boom. They press the button, it stops the recording, they go do their thing, they record it again. For me, I have to have a separate program recording my voice along with my video. So those are two different tracks. So every time I stop that, I have to, you know, like I would have to start that up again. So that's why I try to record like a solid 30 minutes. Point is, I record 30 minutes of that, then I have to render like the raw file from the video recording program. And that takes 5 minutes maybe. Then to edit it all, like just sync up the audio, stuff like that, probably takes me like 10 minutes max if like the audio is just being a derp and I can't really figure it out, because sometimes it's tricky syncing up audio. And then to render it takes like an hour at most, I would say, roughly an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And then if we're gonna consider, ooh, mine shaft, hello there, you beautiful wood. Oh, if I need wood, I know where to go. But if we're going to consider upload time along that, then that could take like 30 minutes at most, depending on my connection. My connection can be a cool guy at times, other times I can just be a jerk. But overall, like, what is that, like 3 hours? 3 hours to make a Let's Play video? And the same rules apply for my Halo series, because Halo's just, you know, I'm going through the level, record like 30 minutes, but bam, same thing. And then, like I said, Things to Build is different. Things to Build is very different with the fact that things to be able to do throughout the week too. I don't just pick one day to do it. Like, I'll do the recording like one day, then I'll do freaking like editing another day, and then editing the following day, blah, all that stuff. So it takes a while, but I guess all in a week, just take 3 hours, 3 times 5, 15 hours a week. Was that the right math? That was probably the right math. I don't know. I just spend like maybe 3-4 hours a day doing recording. If that answers the question for you guys, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird way with all this recording. I don't really take it into account that much because I'm just like, you know what? I'll take whatever time's needed. I don't put myself on a schedule with how much time in a day I have to record. I just go with the flow, bro. No. Okay, I didn't mean to rhyme at the very last second by saying no, but I meant no. Okay, next question. Next question comes from Wangatang101, and he has tips for starting YouTube. Now, this is a topic that I can talk your ear off on for a long time. For my number one thing, if you want to start YouTube and like you literally like you wanna like actually make it on YouTube in a sense, or just get like a decent following, actually make it where like you're just you can actually have it as an enjoyable hobby that actually does get some results, like gets good views, stuff like that. You had to commit to it. That's like the number one thing. You can't just be like, yo man, I saw someone make this Call of Duty commentary and I want to do it too. Not that easy. It's not that easy because you got to get a capture card, which can be pretty pricey, especially if you want like a high quality one. Like my capture card costs $200, but I'm thinking of investing in a new one. But even if I invest in a new one, it'll still be over $100. Like you can't go into it expecting to like get all these views. Like my expectations for a video was like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna post this video. I would like to oh, that's a hole. I'm not going down there. Nope. Screw that. My expectations for a video when I posted it, when I initially started, I was like, I want to hit like 100 views at the end of the week. Or I wanted to hit 1,000 views at the end of like 2 weeks once I started to get a little bit followed. 1,000 was a big thing for me, but you can't let your expectations like be ridiculous. You can't be like, okay, I have 10 subscribers, I want 1,000 views. You gotta think there's only 10 people that are actually subscribed to you that are gonna see that. You're not gonna get a lot of views. So a big thing on that is networking. And like to network, networking is something that I'm gonna bring up someone else's question too. I don't remember what their question was, but they said like, how do they advertise on YouTube without without being like annoying, like posting on other people's videos. And so I'll kind of combine the two questions for for like how do you advertise, tips, blah blah blah. If you want to network your stuff, you want to advertise, forums are a great thing. Don't go on someone else's forum post and be like, oh blah blah blah, here's like here's my channel, when like they're already taught, like the forum is specified towards one thing. Like the forum's like YouTube, like Minecraft Let's Play, who do I watch? Then go put yourself in there and be like, yo, you could check me out, blah blah blah. But like for me, I posted on a forum, and I posted the forum talking about things to build a Minecraft, and I was like, hey guys, I'm a YouTuber and I actually do a video series called Things to Build a Minecraft, and the point of this post is I'm looking for ideas, so if you have a suggestion for a build, send me a message on YouTube, blah blah blah. So I kind of like subtly advertised myself. I was like, yo, check me out, I do videos, blah blah. And so a lot of people were like, oh dude, that's really cool, I'd love to help you do some videos or give you some ideas. And so like I got my name out there and people subscribed to me, and part of it was I got lucky. Like networking is a big thing. Like I think YouTube allows it where you can pay some money and they'll like stick your name out there on like related channels and like a bunch of dookie like that, and it's crazy. But I don't have a lot of tips for like how not to advertise. Just my biggest thing is don't advertise on someone else's videos. I cannot stress that enough, how annoying that was. Like, I'll admit, I did that before. I went on Anderzel's video. No, I never posted on a video. I never did that. I will literally say I never did that. But I went to Anderzel and like I messaged him. I was like, hey man, could you give me a shout out? And like to this day, I've sent him like 3 messages since then, and I've apologized saying, I'm sorry I asked you for a shout out. I realized that was really annoying, and I'm sorry. And I just, don't ask people for shoutouts. It's derpy. Like when people ask me for a shout out, they're like, yo man, I gave you this question, now you owe me a shout out, blah blah. It's like, no. I'm giving you a shout out by saying your name for the question, but I'm not going to say so and so asked this question, you guys should go check out their channel. I've worked hard for my subscribers. Like why should you just be able to like, get a free shout out and get that instantly? And some people are like, but dude, you have like a billion subs, you're famous, man, share with us. And it's like, well, even if I did have a billion, I've still worked for those, you know what I mean? Like, I've done the work. I'm really kind of bouncing away from the the like point of the question for the tips here, but I think you understand it. Don't advertise on people's stuff. You gotta stick with it. I found a chest here with a freaking lot of pumpkins. I'll take them. I will take them. I don't know what I'll do with them. I'll take them. And I'm gonna take this this chest too. Okay. So hopefully that answered your question. I was kind of a bit bouncing around with that, but you just gotta commit to it. You gotta make sure your stuff is quality. Do stuff like that. All right. The Rockstar Gaming HD asks, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Now that was a good question. This brings me back to my past, and this brings me back to Halo 3. So, back in the day on Halo 3, when machinima used to be mainly about machinimas, like, videos that had to do with, ooh, is there diamond over here? Diamond, where you at? I'm gonna find you. Oh, hello. You wanna fight me near the lava? Is this gonna be the final battle? Did I freaking projectile? Oh, I do. But Halo 3 back in the day when machinima wasn't about like, yo, we're only gonna post Call of Duty or blah blah blah. They were like, yo, people are gonna make these cool Halo 3 machinimas that are like comedy or serious and all that stuff, and I loved them. They were like the coolest thing to watch, was because Halo 3 had theater mode and you could be all like, yo, here's what we gotta do, and people would make these really cool machinimas. So I really always wanted to get into that. That's still kind of like my dream right now, is like, I like being a commentator, but those were my favorite videos to watch, and I've made a couple videos like that. Like, I have a video on my channel called The Prankster, and it's like no dialogue whatsoever. It's just, I made like a little plot and stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's just a video that I'm quite proud of, and I really enjoyed making it with my buddies and stuff like that. And just sort of more cinematic videos are what I'm into, and so a lot of videos like that in the past, they really inspired me to like buy a capture. Oh, lava. Oof. What was I saying? I was saying something about YouTube. Freaking yeah, like videos like that inspired me to actually go get a capture card, go do that, and I actually made some cool machinimas back in the day. Very low quality, 240p, because that's what the capture cards did back in the day. But the point is, that's what they did, and they were fancy, and I thought I did a pretty good job at it for being only like 13 or 14 at the time. But the point is, I had a lot of fun with it, and that's kind of what inspired me, was old Halo 3 machinimas. Like, you can look up, I think Chilled Chaos made a machinima called like You Said What. There was one that was called like The Forgotten Spartans. There was a lot of good machinimas. Digital Fear with Arby and the Chief, like, just a lot of really great machinimas were really what inspired me. And I don't really do those videos now, since I do like Let's Plays, but they did like kind of inspire me to get a capture card, get into YouTube, all that good stuff. Alright, I gotta get another question going. I'm freaking, I'm already recording a lot and I haven't even gotten a lot of questions. Okay. DT Lamons, or I don't know, I may have butchered your name with my god-awful handwriting. And then Inferno, these were roughly the same question. What games did you play as a kid, and what was your first game? My first game, I think, was Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega, which was freaking awesome. My grandmother or my cousin and whatever, we lived at my grandma's house at the time, had a Sega, and like the freaking power cord was like the wire was actually showing, and you had to position it a certain way for it actually to turn on. So one person would have to sit and kind of hold the wire a certain way while the other played. And it was so worth sitting there waiting for your turn to play some freaking Sonic. It was awesome. It was great. And then my first, or like the games I played as a kid, Super Smash Brothers, hands down, one of my favorite games. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Crash Bandicoot. A lot of games I played as a kid. My first console I owned was a N64. I think that's another question I got on there. I'm bouncing around a lot. A lot of these questions were roughly the same thing, so I'm kind of just going around with it. But N64 was my first console. That or PlayStation 1. I remember my dad got me a PS1, and then my mom got me an N64 for Christmas. I don't remember which one I got earlier. I'm pretty sure I got the N64 first, because that was like some old school stuff or whatever, but it was great. It was awesome. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 for the PlayStation 1 was something I played a lot. And it was great. That was just some old games I really played, and I can't really find anywhere to go around here. Let me get another question, then I'll go for that. Alright, here's a good one. Here's a Walking Dead related question, which I love these kind of questions. Alright, Lee Platt asks, your favorite Walking Dead character. Alright, so I'm going to do my favorite character that is currently dead, and then my favorite alive character, because I can't really just hands down pick one. My favorite character that is gone now is Shane. Shane added such a dynamic to the group that was bad within the good. So you have like the good group, everyone's trying to survive, be safe, and like who was the antagonist in in season 2? And if you don't know what antagonist means, like a protagonist is like the main character, the good guy. The antagonist is the one that like, causes the problems, all that stuff for the protagonist. And that's what Shane was. And Shane was like the dude that was fighting to stay good, but he was still like all corrupted. And like a lot of people like don't like him and stuff like that, and I admit some of the stuff he did was bad, but I loved him as a character. I loved his attitude. The guy, like the actor that plays him, John Bernthal, I think is just an incredible actor, and I love him. I loved him as a character. And then my favorite alive character has to be Rick. I'm sorry, but I'm pro Rick. I like Daryl. I love Daryl. I think he's cool. I love Glenn. I love Merle. Merle was one of my favorite characters. All my favorite characters get nothing. I'm not spoiling it, but point is, I just love that show. It's hard for me to choose a favorite character, but I gotta say Shane is one of my favorite characters. Rick is like, there's a lot of characters on that show, so it's hard to kind of sit and just pick one that's your favorite. But Shane is definitely up there, and so is Rick. Like I love the kind of like the war they had, and you had to choose which one do you like the most. A lot of people are just like, I hate Shane, he's the worst. If you look deeply in your heart, you'll understand why he was cool. Alright, next question we got here comes from Prodigy versus Hazard. Waffle and... Okay, so the question was, Modest and Waffle are teleported into Woodbury in real life at Woodbury's current state, with the barricades, all that stuff, and there's a zombie horde trying to get in. What do me and Waffle do in that situation? Honestly, I leave Waffle for dead. What is Waffle doing to save me? To me, I'm going for that helicopter in the back that I made. I'm going for that thing, and I am not letting anything stop me. Trust me, don't get me wrong. I'll let Waffle come with me, but if he at all like kind of like defies me and is like, yo, here's what we're doing, I'm like, no, Waffle. I'm the leader. I'm making this decisions here. Unless you can fly a chopper, you can shut your mouth, because I'm taking that chopper and I'm getting out. If the chopper doesn't work, then I'm going to try to fight my way to the front of Woodbury and get in a tank, because I think I can make a tank work in comparison to a chopper. At least if I got the chopper to take off, I don't know how to land it. With a tank, if I get that thing to go, it's moving at slow speeds. If I had to bail out of that thing in mid-move, then, I'll do that. I'll do that in a heartbeat. That'll be great. But yeah, that's what we would do. I would rather bring someone else in there rather than Waffle, because I don't think Waffle would provide, like, Waffle's not a true asset. He's not, I don't think he would help me that much. But hopefully that answered your question. The next question was from TootDaddy17. How do you get noticed without advertising? Like I said, forums. Forums, you ask your friends, you go, you guys gotta like me, you gotta like my videos, you gotta post me on Facebook, get your friends to help get your name out there. Go to freaking, like, what I would do is I would freaking go play Battlefield 3 or Call of Duty and get into like open mic lobbies, like Search and Destroy, where you have to be like on the mic. And I would like bro it out with a bunch of guys, just hang out and play with them and just do stuff like that and just have a good time with them. And then by the end of it, when I was all like cool with them, I'd be like, hey, by the way, guys, I have a YouTube channel. If you guys don't mind checking it out, it'd be cool, if you guys could just like check it out, just hear me out. Like, don't go to the lobby and be like, everyone check me out, because then everyone's gonna be like, yo man, you're a faggot, blah blah, like the common Call of Duty thing that happens. But if you meet some cool people, they could definitely check out your stuff. That's how I earned a good portion of subs when I was still like, attempting to reach my first 1,000, was just, meeting some cool people. And they were like, yo, man, I'll definitely check you out, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. Alright, next question comes from Chris Randall 458. And he asks, what is your favorite things to build episode? Now, honestly, that is a tough one, because I love things to build, but I love my more recent episodes because of the way they're formatted. But if we're talking my favorite build ever, that is a tough one, because I've had a lot of builds. I build builds that more apply to other people and not really me, in a sense, but I gotta say house designs are my favorite builds. I'm not gonna just sit and say one thing, but I gotta say my favorite builds have to have been my house designs. I'm a person that likes aesthetics. And anything really like aesthetically beautiful, like a house design, is something that I love. And hopefully, maybe you guys can tell me. Leave a comment on what your favorite build was that I've posted, because I'm actually interested in what you guys like, because it'll give me some insight what you guys really like, and maybe I can show more of that. A lot of people are gonna be like, redstone stuff, which is, don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. I'm a total derp when it comes to redstone. Alrighty, let me find a little spot to hang out, and I'll get another question going. Alright, next question comes from Silly Goose, and he asks, do you think when the Xbox One is released, 4J will like make it where there's bigger worlds, or where like the Xbox One will be able to handle better worlds? I think it will. I don't know every single detail about the Xbox One, but I'm assuming it's supposed to have more RAM to it. Just a better consoles. I'm pretty sure something I read with like the specs for the new PS4 or whatever the new PlayStation is gonna be called. It was equal to my current gaming PC. My PC can run a lot of games, like except for like it can't run like certain games like to their max graphics, like freaking. Like Far Cry 3 was a game that freaking relied on like a really good PC, stuff like that. And I think like the new PlayStation is like the equivalent of my computer, and my computer can run Minecraft at like max settings or whatever it is. So I definitely think they would do that. I really hope they do that, because I would really enjoy them maybe being able to do something with a server, or just maybe like an infinite world, something like that would make the game a lot more enjoyable, and it'd make making videos on it a lot more fun. And yeah, so I don't know a lot of details on the Xbox One, but I do hope that they do something like that. And I can't believe I have not found diamonds at all. This is terrible. Terrible. Alright, I'm gonna pop a squat and get another question. And sorry you guys if I keep going like AFK. I gotta go look at the notepad, and I got like a pen where I'm like crossing off each question I do. I'm not really doing a bunch of caving, but I like the adventure, since actually I've gotten over a stack of iron. Now I can actually use that to make some rails. So I'm doing a good job. You guys leave me alone. Alright. The Weasel, or Te Weasel, asked, are you ever going to stop YouTube? Now, I don't know. I really don't. I kind of use YouTube right now as a current job, not like an actual job that's paying all the bills and all that junk, but YouTube definitely gives me a pretty little penny in my pocket, or whatever. I'm not going to bring in the whole financial thing, because that's my business, not your guys, but it does give me some good money. And a lot of YouTubers actually do make a living off YouTube. They make definitely a good enough paycheck to live on their own. And if my YouTube channel ever got me to that point, I think I would definitely do it as a job and stuff like that, because it's a really enjoyable job. It really is. And if it got to that point, I would definitely do it. And I don't think I would stop it. Right now, it's kind of like on the border of, I like to consider it a job, but it also is a hobby. It definitely started as a hobby. And that's kind of like what it is. And I don't have intentions of stopping, but if I end up getting like into like a real career or something like that, and like other things that are priority over YouTube start requiring more time, there will definitely be like a slowdown in my videos. But I don't have an intention of stopping anytime soon. So you guys don't gotta worry. I love YouTube. I love you guys. I'll do this till I die. You guys will see me now with my 19-year-old self, and then I'll be back here when I'm like 60 years old making videos. As long as everything goes well with YouTube, I would freaking do this till I die. I would freaking... Why would I stop playing video games? What, I'm 19 when I turn like into my 20s? What, am I too old to play? Hell no. I'm gonna play video games freaking till like my hands break, or freaking something. That would suck if I broke my hands. I wouldn't be able to play video games. I'd have to use like my feet. I guarantee I could learn that. Challenge accepted. If I ever break my feet, that's what I'm doing. Get another stack of torches here. Alright, let's get another question going. We are running low on time. I'm going to have to make this episode a little bit longer, that way I can actually answer all these questions. Alright, Christian Magia, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but he asked, if you had to either go with Rick and Michonne or Glenn and Daryl from The Walking Dead, who would you go with, like, to survive? That's a tough one. Because Daryl is a stealthy wizard and he's a hunter, and Glenn is like a scavenger, so they make a really good effective combo for like staying alive on their own. But then Rick and Michonne are like fighters. Like, Rick don't back down. Ever since the start of season 3, Rick's just been like, he's like cold-blooded, and I like that about him. He's actually at the point where he's not going to take crap from people, where when he faces an opponent like the governor who has like an army at his disposal, Rick was like, I'm not backing down from that guy, screw him. And then Michonne is at a point where she's like, I have a sword, I'm angry, I'll kill anyone who opposes me. It's a tough decision. I would have to say, if I was just not having to worry about other humans in the world, then I would ooh, melon seeds and bread, awesome. If I didn't have to worry about other people, like other humans beefing with me, I would take Glenn and Daryl in a heartbeat. Get in, get out real quick, stealthy, and getting supplies. But if I knew I had to deal with other people like the governor, I would take Rick and Michonne, because Rick is a leader. Rick is a leader, and I think when it comes to like if it was Glenn and Daryl by themselves, like say just the two of them, that would be a really good, a solid group just to survive on their own. But if you're trying to like run a community or have like a group together, then they are definitely, you know, Rick is definitely the guy you want. He's a born leader. Like, you know, he's definitely, like, especially with his background from, like, his original life, people would be like, oh, you were a cop? I can totally trust you. If someone's like, they see Daryl and they're like, you're like a redneck hunter, you know, people are just going to judge him. But when you, I know in the apocalypse nothing matters, but your previous sort of, like, whatever you did in the past can really help you out. So, you know, you being a cop, you know, people are like, okay, you know how to handle a weapon, you know how to, like, you know, right from wrong, whatever, you know, they understand, and that's what makes it cool. So I would want to be the cop. I can put myself, not like I would have to be a part of the group, I would choose, like, which character I have to be. I would have to be Rick, because I like being the leader in a sense. Alright, next question we got comes from Denflex Alpha. 5 years ago, did you see yourself being successful on YouTube? I wouldn't say I'm super successful, but I have a little bit of a popularity to my channel. I'm almost to 20,000 subscribers, which just boggles my mind if that's the phrase we're going with. But I didn't see myself being this successful, because 5 years ago I was trying to do like the little Halo 3 mission was, and I was getting like no views. But that's because I didn't know how to do anything. I sucked at editing and all that crap. And you know, it was, whoa, I just saw through the map. Like, it was terrible, but, you know, I never saw myself being like this, and I didn't really think I would get into YouTube this much. I freaking started Things to Build as I had no idea how to, you know, things to build, obviously, and, you know, I wanted to help people out, and eventually it turned into me, you know, wanting to do my own Let's Play, doing, like, commentaries and stuff, and I love it. I'm an attention, I'm not going to say the actual word, but I love attention. I like getting attention, so, you know, when you're a YouTuber and people are all like, oh, I listen to your voice and watch you, blah, 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 you know, it gets you the attention you deserve. But yeah, I didn't see myself being a success. See, that sounds so cocky, and I'm not cocky, but, you know, I guess I'm somewhat successful in a sense, and I didn't see myself getting there, and I guess I kind of am getting there, if that's what you guys think. And, you know, I'm fortunate. It's all you guys that helped me get there. All right, next question. Let's try to get them all. We're practically at the 30-minute mark, and I still have like 6 more questions. Okay, Dark Crusader 013 asks, what paintball guns do you own? I own 3 paintball guns. I own a Tippmann TPX or whatever. It's a pistol. It holds like 8 rounds in the clip. CO2 pistol. Very cool pistol. I'm actually going paintballing this weekend on Saturday, and I'm gonna freaking you know, I'm gonna do work. I'm only using the pistol. Me and my uncle both have pistols, so we're gonna play only using our pistols. We're going to Cousins in Calverton. If you go there on Saturday, you look for the HWA Wolverines. We'll be waiting for you. And my other guns are a Dye PM7 and then a Smart Parts Ion. They're not super fancy guns, but they're pretty good guns, and I really like them, and I enjoy it because I like paintball. Man, doing a live stream this weekend is going to be tough when I'm freaking beat from paintball. I get tired. I have to work on Things to Build, and I have to freaking, what's it called? I have to freaking do other stuff. It's gonna be terrible. All right, next question. Let's go. Oh, we get to flip the page. We're 13 questions down. We got 5 more to go. We can do it. I'll extend the episode a little bit longer so we can finish these up. All right. Danny RPBG asks, how do you think you're doing as a YouTuber? I think I am doing pretty darn well. I've seen other YouTubers that in a year they've gone up like 100,000 subscribers, which just blows my mind that they got, you know, that many subscribers, and they're fortunate for it. I'm jealous of them. I'm very jelly, but you know, that's freaking good for them that they got that far. Me in a year getting almost 20,000, I will consider, like, I've had this YouTube account since like 2011, but I would consider my official start on YouTube since my first Things to Build episode, so I think that happened somewhere around this month. I don't know, remember exact date, maybe it was like late May. So I guess my 1-year anniversary is coming up, and I've gone up almost 20,000 subscribers, so I think that's pretty awesome. I think I'm doing pretty great as a YouTuber in a sense. Again, not being cocky, in my opinion, I think I've done pretty well. I've learned from my original videos, which just make me cringe when I look at them, to now. I think my commentaries have gotten way better. I think my editing skills have gotten better. And who knows, in another year, the videos I'm currently making, I may think look like crap. Anything you do, like a year later and you look back, you're like, I was an idiot for doing that. It's terrible. It's terrible. But all in all, I think I'm doing pretty well, and I'm happy with it. I'm content with who I am as a game-playing YouTuber, man. Alright, next question comes from XBR4D3NXX, which I'm assuming is Braden. What do your parents think of YouTube? Ooh, that's a touchy subject, but I definitely wanted to include that. My mom, she likes it. She's like, hey, you know, I've seen you play video games all your freaking life, and if this is something that you can do and you get paid for and you enjoy it, you do it. My dad is straight military. He did 21 years in the Coast Guard. He's like, YouTube, money, video, and he's all angry. But no, my dad's just like, you can't let it go to your head. You got other things to do, because he's old school. That's how my pops is. But my dad's I love my dad. But you know, my dad's just, he doesn't know. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. Times have changed. This is a different thing. Oh, that's a smaller. Oh, ah. But yeah, my parents are overall, they're supportive of it. Right now, they're like, how could that be a real job? They have trouble believing that, because you know, think of, if you're 19 now or anything around there, think about what your parents did when they were 19. Think about how times were. But ooh, gold, bread, coal. I don't want the coal. Cool, you can stay there. I'll put torches here though, so I know that I took from this chest. Like, think about if your parents, if they were 19, like back in the day when they were 19 years old, what was technology at? You didn't have cell phones. You didn't have, were there computers? Definitely not back in the 70s. I don't think there was computers. I don't remember. But point is, you didn't have YouTube. You didn't have where people can literally play video games, post videos on the internet, and get paid for it. You had to go get a real job. You had to go to freaking work at like a gas station or some dookie like that. Like, it was crazy. That's how life was back in the day. And this is a creeper. Rapid bow infinity. Bam, got him. But yeah, so I think a lot of parents in general, with a lot of people who do YouTube, may have trouble understanding how, like, you actually do, I guess, make a living on it, or just make it a paycheck on it. But it's true, you actually can. You're like, I'm like a big billboard. I'm like, yo, I have these videos that people like to watch, and so there's advertisements put on it. And they're like, let's advertise on this guy. He gets views, blah blah blah. It's crazy. It is cray. All right, we gotta hurry this up. We're running out of time, and I'm ranting. All right. Next question is from Mr. Hellcat26. What did you want to be when you grew up, or grow up, whatever? I can't talk. What I originally wanted to be when I was younger was I wanted to be a professional skateboarder. I used to skateboard a lot and stuff like, oh, diamond. Yeah, we walked away with at least one diamond, guys. We did it. But yeah, I wanted to be a professional skateboarder when I was younger. I always loved skateboarding. I skated a little bit when I was younger, and I kind of suck now. I'm terrible, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool, and I always I always had like wild dreams for what I could do as a career. I wasn't like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. When I really think about something I would want to be now, I want to be a freaking lawyer. I love arguing. Arguing is fun. If I could argue for a living, but that's not all there is to it. But in short gist of it, some people will look at being a lawyer as arguing. I really don't know that. I think being a professional skateboarder was something I really wanted to get in. There's a lot of chests around here. Holy crap. This is crazy. But yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I was younger. Alright, next question. We got 2 more to go. We can do this. Freaking 32 minutes. This is ridiculous. And I'm almost out of torches. I'm going to make some sticks. And I can't pick up. Okay, whatever. Next question comes from Tyler Prigmore. I hope I pronounced that right. Is there a special someone in your life? What, you guys want to know if there's a Mrs. Modest? If any of the ladies out there are concerned if I'm on the market or not? Ladies, I'm on the market. There is no Mrs. Modest yet, but I guarantee that special someone is out there waiting for me. Friggin' ladies like the YouTube business. They're like, yo, this guy posts videos, this sexy man. But no, there's no Mrs. Modest yet, but if any ladies are interested, or men, whatever floats your but yeah, there's no Mrs. Modest at the moment. Alright, and the final question comes from YSA Baker. And they said, favorite zombie game. See what I mean? This is like, how is this an exit question? But my favorite zombie game, you guys would probably think it was The Walking Dead, either the Telltale one or the Survival Instinct one. Favorite zombie. Whoa, gravel that defies gravity. Oh, wait, it's probably because of this. Yep. My favorite zombie game, like, that I could think of, because between like Left 4 Dead, I would have to say Dead Rising. Dead Rising, I put so many hours into. That game was amazing, and I loved it. And it was fergalicious. It was a great game. I had a lot of fun. I just love zombie games in general. It's hard to really say a favorite one, but one that I put a lot of time into definitely has to be Dead Rising. I had a lot of fun with that game. But that is all the questions, and I would say I had a pretty successful caving adventure. I got a diamond, I got 64 iron, I got gold, I got almost 2 stacks iron. Well, actually, yeah, 49 plus 13 equals, what is that, 63? 62? Yeah, 62. I did my math right. I'm a smart man. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I'm not gonna record myself getting out of here because that's just gonna be a pain. Oh, one thing I want to ask: what do you guys think of the game? What was the game called? It's a new zombie game that just came out. It's like on the dashboard. It's called like something. I forgot what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. But look it up. It's on the dashboard right now. It's called like something. I don't know the name of it. But yeah, guys, that is gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please do leave a like because I put a lot of work in this video. I had to actually write. I had to go get a notepad and write down all the questions. So yeah, if you guys could leave a like, I would love you forever. Even though I already do, I'll love you more. You know, I'll give you a hug. I won't talk bad about your mama. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like always, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright guys, see ya.